Thanks for joining the session, team. Kindly confirm, am I audible? Thank you so much for the confirmation. Okay, so I'll quickly jump onto the session today. So before starting the session, firstly, we'll understand all the basic things again. So I'd like to repeat the same things. My name is Varun, and I will be training you CCNA, which is Cisco Certified Network Associate. I hold 10 plus years of IT experience. I work with multiple companies in multiple projects. I hold 6 plus years of teaching experience. And I have taught multiple subjects like CCNA, Windows Admin, and AWS. All right, so that's all about me. And now coming to this particular course. So this particular course will be for 25 days, and this is the fees. And yes, it started yesterday, and this would be the timing. And if you need more info on this, you can call us on these particular numbers, or you can see on these particular numbers. Okay, so we'll have first 3 sessions for free, and from 4th session, only those will join who will get registered with us. Okay, and this is a WhatsApp group where you're going to get all the updates about the particular course. So I am pasting it here. Now you can see the chat group. Yes, if you have any questions, you can ask, you can join that group and you can ask them. And all your recorded sessions notes will be stored onto your LMS, Learning Management System, that is called as Graphy. Okay, and the support team will be available Monday to Saturday in between 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. IST. All right. Next, if you want to call us, okay, I have given already this information to you. And just in case if you want to follow us for more updates, then you can follow us on this particular social media platforms. Okay. All right. So again, I'll quickly navigate you to this particular website where we have seen the CCNA course content. Yesterday also I've shown you. Now also I'm going to show you. If you want to see the content, you know how to do. But again, I'm showing you. Just enter logiclabstech.com. So I'd like to say, just enter this page, logiclabstech.com. And on this particular page, you can see an option called upcoming batches. Click on upcoming batches, where our batch number 280 will be displayed to you. Cisco Certified Network Associate. And here is the course content. If you click on this, you'll be directed to this particular option. Okay, if you want to buy the course, you can click on buy now. Or if you want to join the WhatsApp chat group, directly click on this WhatsApp and you can get connected. All right, so this is all the basic information. Now let's quickly jump on to today's agenda. Okay, all right. Before going to agenda, if anyone wants to speak, I can provide you a little time. So if you want to speak, you can raise your hand. There is an option to raise hand in Zoom. You can raise hand so that I can see and I can speak to you. All right. Hello, Mahesh. You can unmute yourself and you can speak to me.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, this class is on Monday to Friday, sir.
Classes will be, yes, Monday to Friday, sometimes Saturdays as well. You'll get updates about the class, don't worry.
Sir, actually, I'm from BTech background, but to 2011 pass out, 10 years career gap, sir.
Okay.
So it is choose for the option for the career, sir. It is possible.
Yes, networking is possible and networking will be, yeah.
No,
Sorry to interrupt. You can ask me again, no problem.
actually, I have no any IT experience, sir. Actually, I'm previously preparing for the groups and UPSC exam, so no IT experience, sir. So how it is to get the job and choose how to select the procedure and do resume preparation, some clarification.
Okay, I'll be updating you this information at the end of the session, Mahesh. Okay, as of now, I'd like to guide you. I got your point. I'll be explaining you all this at the end of the session. Only about the resume, all those parts will be explained at the end of the session. Rest of things will be explained now.
Okay, sir.
Okay. So I got another question on chat box about how long will the demo class last? Okay, this is till 1 hour. Every day 1 hour session, and there will be only 3 sessions, free demo, free sessions. So yesterday one is completed. Today we have a second day. Another question here. I'm new timer. Is this first course one is advised to do as the case? Okay, this course can be done by anyone. If you want to start your job, if you want to start your first job, then also this is going to help you a lot, because we got plenty of network level openings for beginners. Yes, there are plenty of openings. Very good question. So a basic question is, you can be a junior network engineer initially, or if you get a good opportunity, then you might go to field and you can become a field engineer, because networking devices are placed across different parts, and it would be very grateful if you're working as a field engineer. I don't think the opportunity is so quickly given, but yes. And you can also become a network engineer. You can become a VPN engineer, and you can become network administrator. There are multiple things. Right now, I am a network administrator. So it took me so long time to reach here. But yes, I hold multiple technologies. The same way, you can also choose only one single path and you can become a network engineer. And based on the country or based on your location, there will be multiple jobs and multiple positions for this particular networking concept. If you are writing the certification of Cisco, that is CCNA, then it would be even more beneficial for you, and the opportunities hit very, very quick. Okay, right? Any more questions? Okay. All right. So Rakesh, I'll give permission to speak. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. Hello, Rakesh.
Hi, hello, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Question: there is another course, Microsoft Certified Network Associate. If we do Cisco Certified, would this be enough for us, or we'll have to do Microsoft MCNA as well?
Okay, so let me say something like Microsoft course is especially designed only for Microsoft environment. That is especially for Windows level environments.
Okay.
Okay, if you want to compare CCNA with MCNA, then that would be different, because MCNA is designed only for Microsoft environments. CCNA is designed for global network connectivity.
Okay, okay. So the reason why I'm asking is for someone who has gap in their career like me. I was doing something else in a different field. People suggested data science, cyber security, or some other all like different lines of careers. So for this, I was told that networking is basics, and you have to either do a CCNA or an MCNA. Is that true? And if it's true, MCNA or CCNA, which one should we go for?
Okay,
Okay, the difference I can understand, sir, right?
okay, exactly. I cannot say about MCNA, but let me
Okay,
say about MTA here, because I know the certification name is MTA.
okay.
MTA networking.
So if it's only Microsoft environment, Windows environment, we go for Microsoft certification. If not,
Yes, it is.
everybody else goes for CCNA.
All right. Inside Microsoft, you can see only network fundamentals.
Okay, okay,
Okay, it is only network fundamentals. It is not to the high level exam. So the certification code is 98366. Sorry, I gave 78366. It is 98366. This is
okay,
a certification. If you see the contents, you'll understand. Okay,
okay.
even if you want to understand about MTA, you require the basics of CCNA.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
But with CCNA, we can move ahead for other lines, right? Like if we want to go ahead with cyber security or something else.
Yes, for all those things, even if you want to go for any of the server level administration,
Yes,
this
server
particular
administration.
this particular network operations or network basics are going to help you to get into a very good job.
Okay, okay. So,
Okay.
and this course that you are teaching will cover all the syllabus?
Yes,
When we say
yes.
network. Mm.
You can see this is a syllabus which we mentioned on our
Yes.
website. You can see all these topics, and all these topics. This syllabus is not given by me. This is given directly by Cisco. The
Oh, okay.
only thing is we provide it as per the practicals. I have changed the order. That's it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
we're going to cover each and everything in this course.
Okay. Duration, sir, is it 1 month, 3 months?
It's going to be
25
25
days. Okay.
days.
Okay, great. That's
Okay.
all good. Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you so much. So I guess most of you have some more doubts, but I cannot provide uh, opportunity for everyone to speak right now. So I'm not providing it right now. If we want to speak, we'll speak at the end of the session. Okay, so someone asked me a question about resume creation, all those things. Let me answer it at the end of the session. Okay, right. In terms of subject, this is gonna help you, even if you are a fresher, even if you have got gap in between your career, you're going to get a job because this is a certification or this is a level of course or level of subject where every company requires this particular professional. So in every company, not just one single company, not just if you say a big subject, something like if it is a doctor, so every hospital requires doctor, but there are specializations in every doctor. Someone might be a cardiologist, someone might be orthopedic, someone might be a neurologist, but in every hospital, all these specializations might not be available. But in every hospital, there should be a general surgeon that is mandatory a doctor. At least there should be one general surgeon in every hospital. Okay. Similarly, in every company, we require a network person. We require a network person because this network person can do multiple tasks. That is, he can handle the network, he can handle the computers, he can handle the servers, he can handle the operating systems. All the things will be performed by this particular person. So in every company, we require this person. Okay, all right. So now we will quickly jump on to today's topic, that is introduction to IP and IP address. In the last session, we have discussed something about IP and IP address. Okay, so similarly, we are going to discuss about IP and IP address to some more little extent, in today's session. Okay, all right. So I have a notes already available with me. So let me start here. Of course, don't worry, I'm going to explain here on the plain pad as well. On the plain pad, I'm going to help you or explain you with the diagram, pictorial representation. Here, I'm just going to see the text part for you. Okay. All right. So today's topic is about IP addressing. IP addressing. Okay. So we understood in the previous session that IP is a language. IP is a language with which two computers will speak to each other, or the network devices along with the computers which will speak with each other. Okay, right. So Internet Protocol, it is a basic communication service which starts with port number 0. Port number 0. Now you might get a confusion, or you might think that what is this port number? Yes, if you are using services over network, then obviously it is not a single service. There are plenty of services. Plenty of services. So every service has an identity. Every service has an identity. And every service uses a particular port number. Particular port number. So in networking point, there are 0 to 65,535 ports. So among them, the very first port is 0, and that 0 is given to IP. Port number 0 represents IP. Okay. All right. Similarly, when we are browsing something over internet, we will use HTTP or HTTPS in the URL. So those are the protocols for web browsing. Okay. So other protocols we might not have seen till now, because nowhere it is displayed as a protocol. Now that you are into this particular networking part, you will see that port numbers. You'll see that port numbers. Okay, so IP is a service which starts with port number 0. Okay, now let's see about IP address. IP address. Okay, so here we have to understand why they are providing address instead of providing name, why they are providing address. As explained in the last session, humans remember names very quick and computers understands the binary values very quick. So to do so, they have provided binary numbers, as well as if you are using numbers, then we can provide a unique value for every computer, because their numbers are infinity. We cannot count the numbers. The numbers are infinity. Okay. But the names, yes, names are not infinity. Names get conflicted. Names might be same. Two persons' names might be same. Then there will be a conflict. Okay. So that would be a problem. So that's why instead of providing a name, the devices are getting address. That's why IP address is introduced. Okay. So IP address is a 32-bit or 128-bit logical address assigned to a PC to identify in the network. In the last session, I told the same definition to you. Now again, I'm telling you the same definition. It is a 32-bit or 128-bit. It is the combination of binary bits. 32 combination or 128 combination. So connecting or writing those combination addresses is called as IP address. Okay, right. So we understood this point. In the next 32-bit is referred as IPv4 and 128-bit is referred as IPv6. IP version 4 and IP version 6. Okay, now you might ask me, what happened to IP version 1 to 3? What happened to version 1 to 3? And what happened to version 5? So why are only these two things are successful? Yes. IP version 1, 2, 3 were never into existence because at the time of designing or at the time of implementation, at the time of implementation, they have decided to start with IP version 1 and it failed, then version 2, it failed, version 3, it failed, and version 4, it is successful. So IPv4 comes successful, version 4 successful. From that point of time, they have used this version 4. Not just this particular 4, this 4 is also useful to understand even more things that you'll understand in the coming slides. Okay. So this IPv4 or IPv6. So the IPv4 is written in only binary language, binary bits. IPv4. I'm discussing only about IPv4. If it is IPv6, it is written in hexadecimal format. Hexadecimal, that is, numbers will be involved as well as alphabets will be involved. Of course, that is also a combination of binary bits, but more number of binary bits. So to understand that, what we are doing, we are changing it into decimal or IPv6 hexadecimal. Okay, that you're going to see in next slide. So binary bits are used to provide IP address. Okay, now I am telling you this is IPv4 32 bits, IPv6 128 bits, hexadecimal, decimal, blah, 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 so and so things. But now you might get a doubt. Who implemented this IP addressing? Who implemented this IP addressing? This IP addressing is implemented by an organization called IANA. An organization, IANA, has introduced this particular or implemented this particular concept called IP address. IANA is derived as Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. Abbreviation for this is Internet Assigned Numbers Authority. This is an organization who implemented IP address. Okay, now let us understand about IPv4, only IPv4. Only IPv4. But before going to IPv4, let me say clearly to you, if two computers wants to communicate with each other, there are mandatory things like both devices should have IP addresses, both devices should have IP addresses, and both devices should use IP as a language. then only it is going to get connected. Okay, that is mandatory thing. Now to provide that IP address, we have already got IP with us. Now to provide this particular IP address, we have to follow some instructions given by IANA. So how did IANA made this work? Okay, let me see. First, let's go to IPv4 and let us understand here. So IPv4 is of 32 bits. 32 bits. It means in IPv4 we have 32 zeros. So if I say something like IPv4, this is of 32 bits. It means the combination of bits. Bits are nothing but these are binary bits. Bits are nothing but binary bits. So binary bits are zeros and ones. Binary bits are zeros and ones. And who has got something like the base? Base is nothing but total number of, total count. The base is 2. Here you can see the base is 2. 0 and 1 are the binary numbers and the base is 2. Okay. If you want to find out the value of this IPv4, then it is totally 32 bits. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and that goes on. Okay, it is combination something, or it will be something like this. Okay, so it will be very huge for us. If you're writing in this way, it is very huge for us. Okay, so it will be very huge for us. Now this will give a problem to us. This will create a problem to us. This understanding level is not easy for humans. So what they did, let us understand what they did. What they did. So they have divided this particular 32 bits into 4 bytes. Okay, so here we have to understand in this binary language, 8 bits equals to 1 byte. 8 bits equals to 1 byte. Now in this way, 32 bits equals to 4 bytes. 4 bytes of address. 32 bits is equals to 4 bytes. The same thing I have written here. Okay, so 32 bits is equals to 4 bytes. Now when they got 4 bytes, they want to separate each and every byte using a block. So they want to separate each and every one using a block. Here you can see 4 bytes, 4 blocks. It means 4 is very much successful for them. That's why they have kept IPv4. Luckily version 123 failed. 4 is successful. And 4 is matching here as well. So IPv4. Version 4, 4 blocks. So every block has got 8 bits each. This is the arrangement. Every block has got 8 bits each or 1 byte each. And now this particular output is represented as A dot B dot C dot D. It means you're going to get multiple values. When you're combining these all values, if you're combining binary values, then you're going to get multiple values. So let us understand or let us write something about this binary values. So if you're combining these binary values, so let me say if it is 8, then it would be very easy for us. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. Dot again it is repeating. Dot again it is repeating. Okay, so this combination now every time it is not going to be the same. Because if it is same, then the value is same for everyone. But we don't want the same value for everyone. We require the combination of zeros and ones. Then only it will be a value. Okay. Now, if it is completely binary, for a human, it will be very difficult to understand or capture it in a second. Instead of writing something like this, if I write IP address, something like this. So let me write an IP address. This is an example. So if I write an IP address like this, it is very easily captured and humans can easily remember this, but the above one will be very difficult. Okay, so for our comfort, what we did is we have converted this binary to decimal. we will provide in decimal format, and system will convert this number to decimal, so a binary format, and starts functioning with the binary format. Again, whenever it is displaying the content to the user, it will convert binary to decimal, and it is going to show us the decimal value. It will show us the decimal value. So I hope you got the point. Now, if I ask you something like, do you know about how to convert a binary number to decimal number? Binary to decimal. So you might have performed long back, or some might know still, but I am going to explain you in my own way, because I'll go with a small way, easiest option, and you'll understand the particular process. So binary to decimal. So firstly, I will take a value here, that is, I require 8. I require 8 numbers here. So I'll start with 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 0, and 1. Okay, so now we got 8 numbers, 8 binary numbers. So this is one single block. So to convert this all numbers into decimal, it is very difficult for us to remember this particular order or this particular number. So we will convert this particular number to decimal number. So I'll show you how to convert this number to decimal number. No. You're getting confused. This is only one single block. I am discussing only about one single block. Okay. So we have totally 2 numbers in binary. That is what we have written. Base number is 2. So I'm going to use the same 2 number. Same number 2. So here I'll use 2 number for all the process. So I have taken number 2 here. So this is for calculation purpose, and on top of 2. So I'll start writing 0 to, I'll start writing the power values, 2 power values. So start with 2 power 0. So 2 power 0, 2 power 1, and 2 power 2, with power 3, 2 power 4, and 2 power 5, 2 power 6, and 2 power 7. Okay, so I have written something like this: 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3, till 2 power 7. Okay, now what we have to do is we have to multiply them. We have to multiply. We have to multiply these both things. Multiply these both things, and you have to add with the neighbors. Add with each and every neighbor. Multiply and add them. Multiply and add them. Okay, so this looks something like this. So first one is 1 into 2 power 7. I'm writing it as P because we cannot write all things there. So 1 into 2 power 7. So this is one set. Now you'll go to write this plus 0. You can see here the combination is 0. 0 into 2 power 6. 0 into 2 power 6. Again plus we have something like 1 into 2 power 5. Plus again 1 into 2 power 4. Okay, if you have any doubt in between, you can ask in the chat box. No need to hesitate. Okay, plus 0 into 2 power 3. Again plus 0 into 2 power 2. Plus 0 into 2 power 1. Plus 1 into 2 power 0. Okay, so this is how we are going to write the particular. This is how we are going to write the particular option or particular values. Now let us add them. So what is the value of 2 power? 2 power 7. So if you want to do that particular point, we have to write down the values. So I am writing values here. So 2 power 0. So 2 power 0 is equals to, so anything to the power of 0 is equals to 1. So 2 power 0 is 1. Now 2 power 1 equals to 2. That is 2 into 1 is 2. Next 2 power 2, that is 2 into 2. That is 4. Now 2 power 3, the value of 2 power 3, that is 2 into 2 into 2. When if it is coming about power, it means you're going to multiply the same number with the value of power. So 2 power 3, 2 into 2 into 2, that is 8. 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8. The same thing, 2 power 4, which is 16. 2 power 5, which is 32. 2 power 6, which is 64. And 2 power 7, which is 128. As of now, we require only till 128. So 2 power 7. So we wrote the values of 2 power 7. Now the value of this particular calculation. 1 into 2 power 7. So 2 power 7. So 2 power 7 is 128 and 1 into 128 is equals to 128. Okay. Plus 0 into anything. 0 into anything is equal to 0. Plus again 1 into 2 power 5. So 2 power 5 value is 32. So 1 into 32 is 32. Plus again we have 1 into 2 power 4. 2 power 4 value is 16. So we'll provide 16. Plus 0 into 2 power 3 is again 0. Plus 0 into 2 power 2, again it is 0. Plus okay, so totally we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And we got again another 0. 0 into 2 power 1. This is also again 0. And plus finally 1 into 2 power 0. 2 power 0 is 1. 1 into 1 is equals to 1. Now what would be the value here? If you add these numbers. So 128 plus 32. This is 160 and 176 plus 1. The value is 177. 177. So if someone asks you the IP decimal value of this binary address, then the value is 177. 177. So this is only one block. This is only one block. Here I told you, right, the blocks are decided something like this. So here we'll have binary numbers. So binary numbers, something like this. 0 0 1 1 0 1 0 0. A dot. Again the number repeats. So 1 0 0 1 0 1 0. Dot. 0 0 1 0 1 0 1 0. Dot. 1 0 0 1 0 1. So this is somewhere IP address. So this is the binary value of an IP address. Now it is very difficult for us to identify or understand this particular value. So what we are doing, We are understanding this by converting it to decimal format. By converting this number to decimal format. So you have to convert each and every block. So this is block 1, block 2, block 3, and block 4. That's why we wrote it as IP address is separated into 4 blocks. Every block contains 8 bits, and 8 bits are converted to decimal in this format. Hope this is clear for everyone. So I am removing this. Now let's get back to our slide. Okay, so IPv4, 32 bits or 4 bytes or 4 blocks. And each and every block is separated like this and represented as A.B.C.D. Okay, now let's go down and let's see what is now. Now you see, right? So it is a limited number of values. So we are going to get the least value as well as the highest value. It means we are going to understand the range of IP address. We'll see the range of IP address. So range of IPv4, because it is only 32 bits. So the number combination will be ended at 32 bits. Okay, so it is not infinity. It is a limited number. Okay, now to understand the highest value and least value, if you understand the least value and highest value, the numbers which are in between this least value and highest value are the valid range of IP address. Are the valid range of IP address. Okay. Now let's see here again. We will understand the range of IP address here. So a range is measured as the least value and highest value. So least value, in binary, we have only 2 numbers. Among them, 0 is represented as least, 1 is represented as the highest value. So if you want to convert them into decimal, so you have to write all the values. Sorry, you have to write all the numbers in binary format. So all zeros is equals to 0. All zeros is equals to 0. If it is all ones, right now we have done a small calculation. So 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, and 1. If you're adding all these things, you're going to get a number called as 255. And that's why our IP address range lies in between 0 to 255. 0 to 255. If you want to assign IP address with 256 value, it is not going to take. So totally we got 256 numbers, but still it is in between 0 to 255. You have to count 0 as well. Okay, all right. So when we are using 0, if you're starting a number with 0, then there will be no value for that. That's why all zeros is added as null address. All zeros is considered as null address. Okay, and this address can also be called as global communication address. If you're trying to reach out to this address, it means you want to travel over the internet. You can travel anywhere over the internet. Okay, so this is null address or global communication address. Now, when we are removing this 0 series from the beginning, from the first portion, then the value will be 1. So valid range is 1 to 255. Valid range is 1 to 255. And this particular range is explaining us only about the first portion. In rest of all portions, we can see 0 to 255. In rest of all portions, we can see 0 to 255. Got the point? Okay, so only the first portion will be changed. Rest of all portions have 0 to 255. Okay, you don't understand a null address. Okay, there is no value for this address. There is no value because in our mathematics, if you start a number with 0, then it is not valid. So let me say a number, if I'm writing a number, something like this. So if I want to write a number called 1010, then it is value. It is valid. If I write a number something like this, will it be valid? Because it can also be represented as 1. Instead of writing 01, I can just write it as 1. So there will be no value if a number starts with 0. Okay, that's the reason it is called as null address. But yes, if you don't know where to go, then we use this null address as the global communication address. Okay. Okay, so that is about null address. Of course, practically we are going to use this range, so you will understand at that particular time. Okay, right? Okay, now that we have seen this, we have only one last thing to understand in today's session, that is IP address representation. So how to write IP address? So let us write IP address. So we have seen all these things, so let us write the IP address. Let us write the IP address. So I am writing IP address here. So IP address representation. Okay, so let me write IP address representation. Okay. So IP address is written something like this. Already we have seen A dot B dot C dot D. Sorry, A dot B dot C dot D. Okay. But in terms of number, how we are going to write it? In terms of number, how we'll write it? Okay. We'll see very simple thing. That is the very first portion of IP address. The very first portion of IP address should not be 0. That's it. So it can be 1. So in first portion, we can write any number from 1 to 255. We can write any number from 1 to 255. And in rest of all positions, we can write any number between 0 to 255. Okay, this is how we're going to represent. Okay, for a sample, let us understand. Let me take only 1. So 1 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0. This can be an IP address. Okay, so we can write something like this. This is possible number. Or 1 dot, let me write 1 dot 1 dot 1 dot 1. This is also a number. This is possible. But some things like 1 dot 256, this is not possible because we have value only between 0 to 255. So 1 dot 256 is not possible. But if you write 1 dot 255 dot 100 dot 25, something like this. Now this is a valid IP address. So you have to represent IP address in this way. Okay, in this way. All right. Now we understood about how to write IP address. So let us assign this IP address to 2 computers and see whether they are communicating with each other. So let me take, or let me consider 2 computers. So this is my PC1 and this is my PC2. PC1 and PC2. Let's see whether they are communicating with each other. Let's see. Let's check it out here. That is PC1 and PC2. Okay, so they know the language IP, it is fine, but I am providing some set of IP addresses. Let me say an IP address called as 1.0.0.0 here, and on the other side, I will provide it as, sorry, let me change it here. 1.0.0.1 here, and on the other side, I'll write it as 1.0.0.0. So will they communicate? Will they communicate? Will they communicate? What would be the answer? Okay, I got some response from someone here. Someone said yes, someone said no. Okay, so the answer is exactly no. Will they communicate with each other? It is no. Why? Because there is a strategy here. There is some new thing which will be understood to you. That is 1.0.0.0 is considered as network ID. 1.0.0.0 is considered as network ID. Now, what do you mean by network ID? So this particular number is representing entire series of entire one series. So this is representing entire one series. So that's why we call it as network ID. Okay, right. This is a new thing for you. You have to remember. Next point. This 1.0.0.1 will it communicate with 1.0.0.1? So is this communication possible? Will these two addresses communicate with each other? So let's see the answers. Yes, they communicate. No, no, they don't communicate. And the answer here is no, they are not going to communicate. Just a basic example, or just let us understand. Even if my number and my girlfriend number, mobile numbers, if both numbers are same, is that possible? It is not possible. It is not possible because here it is a conflict. It is a conflict. It means two devices should not have the same number. If it is having the same number, then it will be a conflict. Okay, now that we understood this, let us write one more thing, that is 1.0.0.1. And on the other side, I'd like to write it as 2.0.0.1. Now, will they communicate? Will they communicate? Okay, so I got answers. So let me see the answers here. Will they communicate? Okay, again, I received answers like no, no, yes, no. Okay, all right. Again, the answer here is no. No, because these two addresses are in different networks. So both are in different networks. Now, what is this different networks? We have to understand this. What is this different networks? So to explain this, I'll go to another slide. Both are in different networks. You can see the very first number here. The very first number here is 2 and here it is 1. It is 2 and it is 1. But basically, as IP address is designed, every address should communicate with every other address. But no, that is not possible in binary calculation. So when they did binary calculation, they found that this is not possible and this is very helpful for them. Okay, so let us see that particular point here. So now I'll say IP address representation is referred as constants and variables. So in an IP address, there will be values called as constants. So they don't change. They don't change. Others are called as variables. They must change. They must change. Something like a country code. If you see Indian country code, it is +91. +91 is the Indian country code. Okay, so this will not change. This is a constant value and the number beside that will change. And if you see our mobile connections, in India, we have Jio, the biggest one. But Jio, before Jio, it was something called as Reliance. So Reliance used to have an order that is 9347. These 4 numbers will not change, but rest of the 6 numbers will keep on changing. It means an IP address, the values will be constants and the values will be variables. Constants values will not change, variables will change. Okay, the same thing happened in the next slide. Constants are referred as the networks, represents the networks and they do not change. Variables represents the host and they must be changed for every host. They must be changed for every host. Now we have seen this particular option. Here it is 1 and here it is 2. Now both are different networks. Both are different networks. It means in an IP address, we have totally 255 different networks. Because the value starts from 1 to 255. So totally we got 255 networks. So the communication happens only within the same networks. Only within the same networks. Something like this, 1.0.0.1, and I'll write something like 1.0.0.2. Now will they communicate? Now, will they communicate? Will they communicate? Now, will they communicate? Anyone answer? Yes. Now you understood why they communicate. Yes, they will communicate. Yes, they will communicate because they are perfect IP addresses. Same network as well as same network as well as they are using different hosts. Only first number is constant and rest of the numbers can be changed. Now this is a different value. This is a different value. You might ask me, here it is 0 and here it is 0, but you have to see the host value. The last one represents the host. So if I write something like 1.10.100.10, that is also valid because it is not the same. This is different number, this is different number. Only one is constant and rest of all the numbers will be changed. Okay, all right. So this is our IP addressing. So today we understood about IP address where we have constants as well as variables in IP address. Okay, so this is our class for today's session, today team. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you got any doubts, you can ask me. All right. So just second team, let me open this particular page, then you can ask me. So I can see one person raising the hand. Okay. All right. You are allowed to speak. You can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Yeah, thank you so much, Jimna, for answering.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible.
Yeah, thanks so much. My question is not related to this topic. I just wanted to. I had a query that this is like this is an CCNA class, and what we are seeing is the future is of AWS, right? So will this
Okay.
be helpful for us to completing, and we will be getting this job, and will we be able to apply this in the future?
Definitely. The very big and important point is even if you're going to AWS cloud, you require networking. You require networking. You require knowledge on networking. Okay.
Yeah.
It is not just learning networks because we are implementing the networks here. This is in yesterday's session. Hope you remember in yesterday's session, I have told you very clearly that in this CCNA course, we are going to understand about basics of networking. We are not going to high level. We are going to understand basics of networking that is restricted only within your organization.
Okay.
Okay, so that is what we are going to learn in CCNA.
Okay.
Okay.
And after this, we can do an AWS, and it will be easier for us to understand.
Yes, after completing of at least 10 to 15 sessions, you can directly jump on to what we say any of the cloud. It would be the same thing. Whatever you do here on the router, the same thing will be appeared in AWS cloud, especially in the networking part.
Okay. Yeah. Thanks so much for that.
Okay, got the answer for your question?
Yeah. Thanks so much for clarifying.
Okay, all right. And yes, I have seen some more people asking about some things on this particular page. Okay. Can you please share these working notes with us? Yes, working notes will be shared. Don't worry. Your working notes will be shared to everyone. Okay, but it will be in the LMS. So as of now, in these demo sessions, you'll not get access to see all the things. In these 3 demo sessions, information will be stored on YouTube and you'll get it on your WhatsApp. Okay, the next question is why first block starts with 1? Is it mandatory? Yes, it is mandatory because we cannot start a valid number with 0. So that's why we started with 1. Both working notes, please. I was busy paying attention and did not take much notes. Okay, it's only one single notes. So this is our explanation part. So I don't want to see this. This is just an explanation part. You can see the video and you can understand this point. This is our working notes. This is what the thing which we have to note it down. And this will be shared across. Don't worry. So this is same notes for day 2, day 3 until day 6. Three notes. There is very big thing which you're going to understand here. Okay, now next thing here. Region or zone, any particular IP code. There is no particular IP code like that. So it is only the providers. It is only the service providers. All right, course duration. Someone asked you about course duration. Course duration is of 25 days. So I show you again. I'd like to show you the screen. On the screen, you can see the course duration is only for 25 days. Okay, any more questions? If you have any quick questions, you can ask me so that I can provide you the answers. Okay, so no questions. So initially, one of the person asked about. Okay, so Tosin, you can unmute yourself and you can speak.
Yes, thank you very much for the class. My question, the other working notes that you explained something about those IP addresses belong to different network. Can you please explain a little more on those numbers belonging to different network? How can somebody know they belong to different network?
Okay, got the question. Okay, basically, it is about the mathematics, or it is about the mathematical calculation. We are getting different values. So when it is showing different values, the computers cannot understand. The computers cannot understand. That's why theoretically they define it as different networks. Okay, you got this point, I guess. So if you are connecting two devices and providing two different languages, let's say if I speak in my native language and if you speak in your native language, then we cannot understand each other because there will be a problem of language. You have a speech, I have a speech, but we don't understand each other's speech. Okay, similarly, computers run with binary inputs. So when they have different inputs, then it would be difficult for them to understand that particular speech or particular transmission in between them. So if they want to communicate, then definitely they require a mediator or translator. Here you are understanding my subject because we both have a common language called English. So we both are speaking in English. That's the only reason we are understanding each other's speech. The same way, if you want to connect one series and two series, then we require a mediator in between. Okay, so mediator to connect one series and two series. So we don't call it as one series and two series. So we call them as network. This is one network and that is two series network. Sorry, two network. Okay, we have to call it as the networks. Both are different networks. Hope this is clear for you. Thank
Yes,
you.
sir, very well. Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So one of the person asked about the resume preparation, all those resume preparation and interview preparation. Okay, so here I am going to help you only in terms of technical, and if you require, I'll provide some of the roles and responsibilities or some of the key points which you can mention in your resume. So I cannot help you to navigate with entire resume because this is the technical session, technical class. If you want something more, you can drop a mail to our team or support team. They'll be available and they'll be helping you out in in managing all these things. Okay, so and you can get in touch with me over the mail if you have some things to be changed, or if you want me to review your resume, then you can prepare your resume and you can send it to our support team. So they will provide it to me or they will forward it to me and I'll give what all the input I can give. I'll give it. So you'll get the information from the support team again. All right. So thank you so much. I hope your question is cleared, Mahesh. We have an email address that is support@logiclabstech.com. You can see our email address. This is our email address. Or if you want to see, it is very big here, support@logiclabstech.com. On the screen, you can see our email address. Okay, so no questions. Right, so that's all for today, team. Thank you so much. We'll connect again tomorrow at 7:30 p.m. IST. Thank you all. Have a nice day.